Okay, we'll start today in a supine butterfly. So come onto your backs. Soles of the feet touch, knees fall wide. Keep your props close by, your blocks, your strap, anything else that you need. And then gently come onto your backs. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and gently close your eyes for the first few breaths. Arriving on your mat this morning. Feel your shoulders weighing heavily down towards the mat. Feel your hips on the mat. Feel the weight of your knees pulling your hips open. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth side out. One more time. Deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and side out. Now seal your lips, breathing in and out only through your nose. Cultivating that smooth inhales and exhales and tuning into it. Two more breaths here. On your next inhale, reach your arms overhead, extend your legs, point your toes, taking a good morning stretch. Reach, 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 stretching through the front of your body. Exhale, sweep your arms down, bring your knees into your chest and give them a tight squeeze, forehead to your knees. Inhale, stretch out long, taking that good morning stretch, stretching through the front of your body. Exhale, sweep your arms down like a snow angel, bring your knees into your chest, forehead to your knees. One more time like that. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Exhale, crunch it in. Bring your feet down, bring your head and shoulders down, setting up for bridge pose. Graze the backs of your heels with your longest finger. Open your eyes if you have them closed. Feet are hip distance apart, just a few gentle bridge rolls to start with. Press your palms down, press your feet down on your next inhale. Gently lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes, imagine that straight line, knees to hips to your shoulders. Exhale, roll it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. Imagine setting that spine down long on the mat. Inhale, one more time, press your feet down, lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. Last time, this time we'll hold. Inhale, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Stay here, take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. Happy baby pose, separate your knees wide, grab the backs of your thighs, bring the soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling. So you can stay here, just grab the backs of your thighs, opening your knees wide and bringing the knees down towards the outside of your armpit, or you can reach through the inside of your knees to grab the pinky side of your foot. Gently pressing the knees down towards the outside of your armpit, rock from side to side if you want. And then drop those feet, round two of bridge pose. This time, if you have your block close by, bring that block, squeeze it in between your thighs, in between your legs. Feet are hip distance apart. Raising the backs of your heels with your longest finger, just to make sure your knees are right above your ankles. Keep squeezing the block. throughout as we do the bridge pose. On your next inhale, squeeze the block, lift your hips up, exhale, lower it down, vertebrae by vertebrae, setting the tailbone down last. Inhale, squeeze the block as you lift your hips up, exhale, lower it down, vertebrae by vertebrae, tailbone comes down last. Last time, the standing hold, inhale, squeeze the block, lift your hips up, keep squeezing the block. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it out, squeeze the block, squeeze your glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Last deep inhale. Exhale, release, slowly lowering down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Remove the block, set it aside, and windshield wiper your legs from side to side, taking the feet as wide as your mat, even wider than windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Bring those feet back in. Now hug your right knee into your chest and extend the right leg up. You can use your strap here if you want for the hamstring stretch. Let's point and flex a few times before that. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex and hold it here. Press your heel up towards the ceiling. Notice how it lets you get deeper into the stretch behind your leg. Gently allowing that leg to fall towards your face using a strap or just holding anywhere behind the leg. Try not to pull that leg towards you. And just gently with each exhale, slowly relaxing and allowing that leg to fall towards your face. Breathe into the back of the leg. Now plant that right foot on top of your left knee and press the right knee away from you, opening that hip. You can choose to stay here if this is good enough for you or if this is good enough for you this day, today. If you want more, thread the needle, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or over your left shin and bring that left leg in. Keep that right foot active, which means you're flexing that foot, pointing the toes back towards your shin. But you can relax your left foot, maybe even making ankle circles with your left foot. Notice where you feel the stretch. Is it in your outer glutes, outer hips? Again, with each breath, allowing that leg to fall in, left knee to fall in closer towards your face. Then go ahead and drop that left foot down. Slide the right leg now over your left leg like you're a lady sitting in a chair. Both legs fall over to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Supine twist. Slowly come back to center and unravel your legs, planting both feet down again. This time, grab a hold of your left leg and bring it up towards the ceiling. You can keep your strap close by for the hamstring stretch if you do it on the other side. But let's point and flex a few times. So grabbing behind the leg, point that foot, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex and hold it here. Pressing that heel up towards the ceiling. Use your strap if you want, but either way, just allowing that leg to fall towards your face with each breath rather than yanking it towards you. Breathe into the back of that leg. Where do you feel the stretch? Actively pressing that heel up. Now plant that left foot on top of your right knee and press the left knee away from you. Take the same variation you took on the other side. If you decided to stay here, just stay here and enjoy the stretch. If you did, thread the needle on the other side, supine pigeon. Grab behind your right thigh or over your right shin and bring that knee in. Again, making ankle circles if you want to release that right foot, but keeping that left foot really active. Gently release that right foot down. Slide the left leg over your right leg. Use your right hand to bring both knees to the right. Extend your left arm out, gaze to the left. Supine twist. Slowly come back up, unravel your legs, grab behind your thighs and start rocking up and down now. Tap your toes to the front, take your feet overhead. Do this a couple of times and then roll forward, coming into a tabletop. Spread your fingers wide once you're in a tabletop. Index finger is pointing forward. Knees are right underneath your hips. Let's take a few cat-cows just to warm up our spine. Yoga is all about getting that spinal mobility to stay healthy as we age. Inhale as you drop your belly, arching your back to gaze up. Exhale as you press the mat away, dome, round your back. Gaze at your belly button, tuck your tail in like an angry cat. Inhale, arch your back, happy cow. Exhale, round your back. Press the mat away, separate your shoulder blades. Feel that stretch through the entire upper back. Inhale as you arch your back. Exhale as you round your back, tucking your tail in. Slowly come back to neutral spine. Suck in your belly button and tuck your tail in slightly. Your back should be so flat that I can place a cup of coffee, my morning cup of coffee, on your low back. From here, kick your right leg back, long and strong behind you. Keep those toes pointed or that foot flexed, either way, keeping that leg active, which means you're actively lifting it up. It's not just hanging out there. And today, if you have your balance, you can also take your left arm forward, bird dog. Imagine that straight line again from the crown of the head to your tail, from the tip of your fingers to the back leg. Breathe here. Gently release your left hand down and release your right knee back down. Let's take hip circles now. Sitting your hips all the way to your right heel. Move them over to your left and slowly come up, moving past your shoulders, past your wrists if you want. Do a couple more like this, moving with fluidity, moving with smoothness. Just lubricating those hip joints here. Take about 4 in this direction. And then change directions, going to the left heel to right heel now. Move as far as your range allows. There's actually no real alignment. They talk about knees over ankles, but it's all about your range of motion and what you feel comfortable with. Slowly come back to center, strong tabletop. Let's do bird dog on the other side. Any variation that you took on your next inhale, strong tabletop, kick your left leg back, keeping that leg active, either pointed or flexed, your choice, but keeping it really active. Notice the engagement in your quad muscle. If you want, you can take your right arm forward, thumb faces the ceiling. Again, that straight line from the crown of your head, which means you're gazing down slightly to your tail. Breathe. And release your palm down, release your knee down. Move your hands one palm print forward. Tuck your toes in, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Coming to your first downward facing dog of the day. Press the mat away, look up at your hands. Your hands are shoulder distance or a little bit wider. Again, spreading those fingers wide, index finger points forward. Push the mat away and drop your head and neck. Drop your chest towards your thighs. Your feet are hip distance apart. Toes in, heels out, just slightly, so that the edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. You can keep a slight bend in your knee. What this does is tilt your tailbone up so that you can elongate your spine. And eventually, as you get warmer through class, you can start straightening those knees. Allowing your heels to fall heavily towards the mat, start walking your dog. Bending one knee, press the opposite heel down towards the mat. And then same size. Bend the other knee deeply as you press the opposite heel towards the mat. Keep changing sides. Notice where you feel the stretch. For me, it's mostly in my calf muscle. As I press my heel down, I can feel it in my calf muscles. Breathe into it. And come to a still down dog. Let's take a couple of breaths in a still down dog. So press the mat away. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it out. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale it out. Last time. Deep inhale. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, lift your heels high up off the mat, round your back as you roll forward to a plank pose. As you come to a plank, your head and neck come up. Again, that straight line from the crown of your head to your tail, suck in your belly button, press the mat away, slight rounding in your upper back. Hold in a strong plank here, knees off the mat, or if you don't feel like you have the strength today, you can drop your knees straight down, but there's still that straight line from the crown of your head to your tail. Hold it here, breathe. One more deep inhale here. Exhale as you squeeze your elbows in and come all the way down to your belly. Again, knees down is okay. Untuck your toes, dig in your big heels, dig your big toes into the mat. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, peel your heart up. Baby Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead comes to mat. Inhale, baby Cobra, gaze over your right shoulder. Exhale, forehead comes to mat. Last time, inhale, baby Cobra, gaze over your left shoulder. Exhale, forehead comes to mat. Inhale, press up into a tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and downward facing dog. Exhale it out. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale it out. Last time, deep inhale through your nose as you press the mat away. Exhale, empty your lungs out. On your next inhale, bend your knees and slowly step or walk between your hands. Grab opposite elbows, take ragdoll. Hanging heavy here, allow the weight of your head and neck, about 10 to 12 pounds, to elongate your spine towards the mat. You can sway from side to side. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Making this more about your spine, less about your hamstrings, so feel free to keep a bend in your knees. Release your fingertips down, bend your knees a lot on your next inhale. Slowly, vertebrae, ragdoll it up all the way. Exhale, shoulder blades roll back and down. Half sun salutations, feet are planted underneath your hips, spreading your toes wide, maybe lifting your toes up and setting them down one by one. Hands by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold it all the way down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Slide your hands up your shins as you suck in your belly button and reach your heart forward. Reach the crown of the head forward. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Slide your hands down the backs of your legs and allow your head and neck to hang. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Suck in your belly button, L shape, reaching through the side body. Exhale, fold it down. Last time. Inhale, half lift. Slide your hands up your shins. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, come all the way up to standing, reaching your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. And down by your side, taking a few side stretches now. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up, interlace your fingers and press your palms up to the ceiling. Exhale, lean over to the right. Press down with your left foot, breathe into the left side of your body if you want. You can turn your gaze underneath your left armpit. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, keep pressing your left foot down. Exhale. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean over to the left, breathe into the right side of your body. Press your right foot down. Gaze underneath your right armpit if you want. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last deep inhale. Exhale it here. Inhale, slowly come back to center. It's all about moving our spine. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, half lift. One more time. Slide your hands up your shins. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold it again. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms to heart center. And down by your side. Taking it to a full Surya Namaskara now. Surya Namaskara A. We'll break it down a little bit. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold it forward. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. On the exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take it back to a high plank. Start up a push-up, hold it here. Press the mat away. Again, your shoulders round a little bit at the back. You're sucking in your shoulders. Your hips and shoulders are at the same level. So you're not allowing your hips to sink or lifting it like in downward facing dog. But keeping those hips level with your shoulders. Again, drop your knees down if you want, but keeping that core engagement. Stay here, breathe. Last deep inhale. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat. Drop your knees if you want. Squeeze your elbows in by your side. Untuck your toes now, pressing the tops of the feet down. Inhale, baby cobra. Peel your heart up. Exhale, forehead to mat. Going to a Shavasana now. Bring your hands by your side, palms face down. On your next inhale, root your hips down, peel everything up off the mat. Your hips are resting on the mat. Your fingertips are reaching back. Your toes are reaching back, reaching the crown of the head forward. Keep your neck neutral, which means again, you're gazing down in front of you. Breathe. Lifting a little bit higher with each inhale. Cultivating the strength in those back muscles, posterior chain. Last deep inhale here. Exhale, release everything down. Wiggle your hips out. One more round of Shavasana. Interlace your fingers behind you. Press your palms together if you want. On your next inhale, root your hips down and peel everything up off the mat. Hold it here. Reach your knuckles back, lifting your knuckles up off your bum. Reach those toes back. Breathe. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. You're squeezing everything in your posterior chain, your glutes, your back muscles, your shoulder blades. Hold it here. Breathe. Are you squeezing your hamstrings? Last deep inhale. Exhale, release everything down towards the mat. Roll it out, roll your hips out from side to side. Hands come underneath your shoulders. On your next inhale, come up to a tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Separate those knees wide, sit back on your heels and reach those arms forward. Placing the forehead on the mat, or you can use a blanket or a block. Shavasana is all about squeezing and engaging those back muscles. So it's good to take child's pose or down dog after that, just to relax and release those back muscles. A lot of the poses we do in yoga is about cultivating that spinal mobility, either laterally or just up and down, back and front. Slowly walk your fingertips all the way over to the right. Maybe your hands are coming off the mat now. Place your forehead back down, and if you want to go deeper into the side stretch, you can take your left palm and plant it on top of your right palm. Breathe. Slowly come back up, walk your hands all the way over to the left. Reaching long with your right hand now. You can even plant your right hand on top of your left palm. Left hand. Slowly come back to center. On your next inhale, come up to a tabletop. Exhale, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and downward facing dog. And exhale it out. Look up to the front, bend your knees, step or walk between your hands. Inhale and half lift. Reach the heart forward, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, feet all the way up to standing, upward salute. Exhale, palms to heart center. And down by your side, Surya Namaskara A, breaking it down again. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold it all the way down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Suck in your belly button, reach your heart forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take it back, start up a push-up, high plank. Hold it here, breathe, keep that plank strong, cultivating the core strength, shoulder strength. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, drop your knees if you want, come all the way down onto your bellies. Release the tops of the feet down, pressing your big toe into the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead to mat. Listen, we're going to come into a teenage cobra. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, feel a little bit more off the mat. Squeeze your elbows in. Exhale, forehead to mat. We're going to come into an up dog now. So slide your hands a little bit down by your ribs. On your next inhale, press the tops of the feet down and lift everything up off the mat, including your thighs. Gaze forward or gaze up. So your thighs are off the mat, your elbows are straight, your arms are straight. You can gaze forward or you can take your gaze gently up. Hold it here. Breathe in upward facing dog. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, see if you can roll over your toes and come into a downward facing dog straight from here. Breathe, or you can drop your knees and then come into a downward facing dog. Breathe here and downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bend your knees, step, walk towards the front of your mat between your hands. Half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing, upward salute. Exhale, palms to heart center. And down by your side. Tree pose, our child balance challenge today. So rooting down with your left foot, bring your right knee up. Open the right hip out to the side and then plant that foot either above or below your knee or you can just use it as a kickstand on the mat. Try not to plant that foot on your knee. You don't want to apply any pressure on your knee joint. Palms to heart center. Once you have found your balance, you can grow your tree if you want. Using your drishti to find that inner focus, outer focus, breath to find that inner focus. Breathing here. Listen, you're not going to drop that foot, okay? Hands come back to heart center, bring that knee out front. Kick that leg out. Hold it here, just for 5, 4. Lift that leg as high as you can. 3, squeeze those quad muscles. 2, 1, and slowly, gently, with control, release that foot. Hold it here, shake it out, breathe. Let's go to the other side, rooting down with your left foot. Bring your, right foot, bring your left knee up, out to the side, and then plant it, mirroring what you did on the other side, either above, below your knee, or as a kickstand. Again, finding that focus. Growing your tree if you want. Maybe challenging your balance by taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep that standing leg strong, no sassy hips. Listen, you're not going to drop that left foot down. Bring your hands to your heart center and bring that left knee out front. Kick that leg out, lift it up as high as you can by squeezing those quad muscles. Hold it here, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly with control, release. Shake it out. I think we are ready for our stretching now. So come to the front of the mat, 1 round of vinyasa and a few stretches before we take it all the way down to the mat. Inhale, sweep it all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold it down. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take it back, high plank. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down, knees down if you want. Inhale, Cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and downward facing dog. And exhale it out. On your next inhale, step that right foot forward between your hands. Spin the back foot 90 degrees, coming up into warrior 2. Keep that back leg strong and straight. Keep that front knee rolling out. So you don't want that knee to cave in, but actively pushing it out. Reach your arms out like wings. Fingertip to fingertip. It's a straight line. Soft gaze over your right fingers. Hold it here, breathe. Make that bend in your front knee as deep as you can. Keep pressing down with that back foot. On your next inhale, straighten that front leg and take a reverse triangle, reaching that right hand up and back, finding that length all the way from your right fingertips to your right foot. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, reach forward, come into triangle pose, reaching those right fingers forward, reach, 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 and then drop the fingers where they land. Reach your left hand up, gaze towards your left thumb if you can. If not, you can keep your gaze neutral or gaze down, your choice. Keep rooting down with both feet to find your balance. Triangle pose is more than anything a balance pose. Find that core strength, find that strength in your legs. Find the deep stretch in the insides of your legs. Inhale, slowly come back up, bend your front knee again. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down towards the mat and take it back to a high plank. Take a deep inhale and high plank. Exhale, drop your knees down, squeeze your elbows by your side, come all the way down to your belly. Untouch your toes, inhale, cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale once you're in downward facing dog. And exhale it out. On your next inhale, step that left foot forward between your hands. Spin the back foot 90 degrees and come up, warrior two on the left. Again, like a long wingspan, you're reaching your fingertips out towards both ends of the room, keeping those arms active, pressing down with your back foot. Generous bend in your front knee, feel that burn. Keeping it strong and stable. On your next inhale, straighten your front knee and reach that left arm up and back for a reverse triangle. Again, breathing into the stretch on the left side of your body. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach those left fingers forward. Reach. Drop those fingers where they land. Take that right hand up. Gazing at your right thumb or keeping the gaze neutral, your choice. It depends on how you feel today. Again, noticing, where do you feel the stretch? Is it in your inner thighs? Again, pressing the back foot into the mat. Inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, gently bend the knee, cartwheel your arms down, take it back, plank pose. Take a deep inhale and plank. Exhale, drop your knees, squeeze your elbows and come all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, few more rounds of locust before we take it down. So hands come by your side, palms face down. Inhale, peel everything up off the mat. Root down with your hips, peeling everything up. Hold it here, breathe. Reach those toes back. Maybe slightly bend your knees this time to feel your hamstrings more. Breathe. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, release, wiggle your hips out. Round two, interlace your fingers, reach your knuckles back, lift them up off your bum. Inhale, peel everything up off the mat, reaching your knuckles back, reaching your toes back. Hold it here, breathe. Maybe slightly bending your knees and peeling your thighs up a little bit more to feel it in your hamstrings. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release everything down, wiggle your hips out. How does that variation of Shavasana feel? Round three, Superman. This time we'll keep it long. Reaching your arms forward. Maybe your thumb face up. And if you have your block, you can grab that if you have it handy. Don't need to have it. On your next inhale, root your hips down, peel everything up off the mat. Reach the block forward. Reach the toes back. Hold it here, breathe. Keep that neck neutral. You're gazing just a few inches down in front of you. Take one more deep inhale as you reach up. Exhale, release everything down. Wiggle your hips out. Hands underneath your shoulders. Pick it up. Child's pose. This time, let's take a narrow child's pose. Your knees come together. You're draping your torso over your thighs and allowing your arms to rest by your side, palms face up. Allow those shoulders to roll down. Notice the sense of relaxation wash over your low back, wash over your entire back. Slowly lift your hips up, reach your arms forward. Going to thread the needle. So slide your Right hand underneath your left armpit, your right palm is facing up. And you can use a block here or place your right ear on the mat. You can place your right ear on a block or right ear on the mat if you can. It's okay to lift your hips up off your heels if you want. Feeling the stretch in your thoracic spine. Not the stretch, sorry, feeling the twist in your thoracic spine, the stretch in your back, upper back. Slowly come back up, reach your right arm forward and thread the needle with your left arm. So left arm threads underneath your right armpit. Reach that arm forward as much as you can, your palm facing up, and place your left ear on the mat or on the block. Slowly come back up. Sit up, sit back on your heels and swing your legs forward. Keep that strap close by for your seated stretches. So wiggle it out, finding your sit bones. You can sit on a blanket. So if you feel like your back is rounding like this, then sit up tall on a blanket. It helps you tilt your pelvis forward and sit up taller. Taking seated forward fold. First, reach your legs forward. Reach, reach, reach with your heels. Keeping those feet active, which means your toes are pointing straight up or even back towards your shin. We're going to bend your knees today if you want, because we are all going to try and reach for our feet. Or if you prefer using the strap, you can do that. Inhale as you reach your arms forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold it forward with a straight spine. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold it again. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, this time bend your knees and grab a hold of your big toes. Inhale, lift up, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold your legs, straightening your legs a little bit at a time if you can. Fold over your legs, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Breathe into the backs of your legs. Keep those legs active, keep those feet active. Inhale here. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale it out. And then release. Janushasana, sole of the left foot comes inside your right thigh. We first take a twist and then we go into the fold. Left fingers outside your right thigh, right fingers behind you, twisting over to the right. Maybe gazing over your right shoulder. Breathe here. Slowly come back to center. Your belly button faces your right knee now. Again, using the strap if you want. Inhale, sit up tall, elongate your spine, sitting on a blanket if you want. Exhale, walk your fingertips forward. One more time. Inhale, lift up, elongate your spine. Bend your knee if you want. Grab a hold of the outside of the foot. Take a deep inhale as you reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold over that leg, bending that knee, straightening that knee a little bit at a time with each breath. If you feel the stretch works for you better with a strap, go for that. Breathe. Whether you're using the strap or grabbing a hold of your ankle or shin, keeping that foot really active. On your next inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale here, and then release. Keep that left heel towards your right bum. cross that right leg over that right foot over that left leg for seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So planting the right foot outside your left leg, twisting to the right one more time. Bring your elbow outside your right knee, left elbow outside your right knee, or just grab a hold of that knee and twist. Breathe. Sitting up tall, you don't want to lean back. The fingers behind you are just there as a touch point. They're not to lean on. With each inhale, sitting up taller, reaching the crown of the head up. With each exhale, trying to see if we can twist a little bit more deeper. Where do you feel the stretch? Slowly come back to center. Now allow that right knee to stack over your left knee. So this is Gomukasana, different from our Ardha Matsyendrasana. So your knees are stacked one on top of the other. You're bringing your feet out to the side like so. My other side is not this clean. It depends on how your hips are built. We're going to take Gomukasana with eagle arms. So right knee is over your left knee, stacked over your left knee. Right elbow comes underneath your left elbow. Wrapping your arms once to touch the backs of your hands, or wrapping your arms twice to touch the front of your hands. Reach those elbows forward and lift it up. Breathe here. Slowly release. Unravel your legs, plant your feet down. Your feet are a little bit wider than your hips, and drop your knees from side to side. You can use your fingertips behind you for support, or do it without your fingertips by just digging your heels into the mat. And slowly release. We are coming to the other side. Extend your left leg out, placing the sole of the right foot inside your left leg. Right fingers outside your left thigh, spinning over to the left. Again, sitting up tall if you want, sitting on a blanket. Keep that left foot active, which means your heel is pressing forward, toes are flexed back. Slowly come back to the center. Belly button faces your left knee. For Janushirasana on this side, head to knee pose. Inhale, elongate your spine, fingertips on either side of the leg. Exhale, walk your fingertips forward. One more time. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Now bend your knee. If you did it on the other side, take the same variation, grab a hold of the outside of the foot. Inhale, elongate your spine. Exhale, allow that knee to straighten as much as possible. Don't have to be straight all the way. Fold over that leg, breathe. Again, these are just options, because sometimes we find a sweet spot with one option. So using a strap or grabbing a hold of your ankle or shin, or bending your knee to grab a hold of your foot, whichever works for you. Or maybe play with all of them to see what works for you, what lets you get deeper into the pose. Breathe. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale here, and then release. Bring your right heel now to your left bum, and bring that left foot outside your right leg. For Ardha Matsyendrasana, planting the foot down now. You're not stacking our knees, you're planting the left foot down. Taking a twist over to the left, you can either hug your knee in or bring that right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Again, sitting up tall, twisting over to the left. With each inhale, we are sitting up taller. With each exhale, we're trying to twist a little bit deeper. Does one side feel more different from the other? Maybe feels tougher, feels tighter. Just noticing it without judging. Slowly come back to center for Gomukasana. We're going to stack our knees one on top of the other. So stacking your left knee now on top of your right knee. The edges of both feet are planted down. I'm going to go for eagle arms again. So left knee is on top, left elbow is underneath your right elbow. Interlace your fingers. Sorry, no, don't interlace your fingers. Wrapping your arms once to touch the backs of your hands, or twice to touch the palms together. Lift your elbows up and push those elbows forward to feel that stretch in your upper shoulders, upper back. Breathe here. One side may feel tighter than the other. One side you may feel like you can get into the pose. The other side may feel like a little bit different. It's okay, do your best. Try to mirror the same thing that you did on the other side. And slowly release. Again, taking those feet down on the mat. Feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Planting your feet down, you're going to take those 90-90 switches one more time. Fingertips behind you for support. Or see this time if you can reach your arms forward. Drop your knees from side to side. Slowly release, extend your legs forward. Grab the backs of your thighs and come all the way down onto the mat. Plant your feet down, one last round of bridge pose, and then we'll take it down to our supine twists and stretches. On your next inhale, press your feet down and lift your hips straight up for bridge pose. Exhale, roll it down. Vertebrae, vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. Bring your block now. If you have it handy, squeeze it in between your thighs. Inhale, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Exhale, roll it down. Vertebrae, vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. Last time, this time we'll hold. Inhale, press your feet down, squeeze that block in as you lift your hips up. Stay here, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, keep squeezing that block. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, deep inhale. Exhale, release, rolling it down, vertebrae, vertebrae. Remove the block, set it aside, extend your left leg out. Bring the right knee into your chest, give it a tight squeeze. Taking the right knee as close as possible to you. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, your forehead comes to your knee, your tailbone curls up, nose and knee meet. Inhale, release everything down. Release your tail down, release your head and shoulders down. Exhale, crunch it in one more time. Keep extending the left leg out. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, release back down. On the exhale, take half happy baby pose. Either grabbing the back of your right thigh and bringing the sole of the foot out, or reaching through the inside. See if you can do it this time now that we have stretched out. Reaching through the inside of your knee, grabbing a hold of the pinky side of your foot and gently pressing the knee towards the outside of your armpit. Sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling. You want to keep your left hand on your left hip. Now use your left hand to bring your right knee over to the left, taking a supine twist, stacking your right hip on top of your left hip. Reach your right arm out as a T, gaze your right, supine twist. Your left hand is gently pressing your right knee towards the left. Stacking your right hip on top of your left hip, but your heart is facing up to the sky. Your shoulders are weighing heavily towards the mat. Again, all those spinal mobilities exercises that we do in yoga, twisting, elongating, folding, side stretching. Everything is to make sure that we are in good spinal health as we age. Slowly come back to center. Give your right knee a tight squeeze one more time and release it long and strong on the mat. Hug your left knee into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze, hugging it in as tight as you can, even curling your tailbone up a little bit. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, concentrate, knee to nose. Inhale, release back down. Exhale, concentrate, curl your tailbone up, curl your head, shoulders off the mat. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, concentrate. Inhale, come back down. On the exhale, half happy baby. Take any variation that you took on the other side, maybe since we are already warmed up. We reach through the inside of the knee and grab a hold of the pinky side of the foot. Gently opening that hip and pressing that knee down. Where do you feel the stretch? You should feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings. You're compressing the front, your hip flexor, but getting a stretch on the back of the leg. Breathe into it. Now use your right hand to bring the left knee over to the right. Stacking your left hip on top of your right hip, reach your left arm out, gaze to the left, supine twist. Allowing your heart to face the sky, allowing your shoulders to be down. Slowly come back to center. And hug both knees in. You're going to tight squeeze. There's no space, no air left between your stomach and your thighs. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, forehead to knees, consider the tightest ball you can. Take a deep inhale in this tight ball. Hold that breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Shavasana, extending your legs out long. Releasing your entire body down. Relax your shoulders, maybe. Bring those arms up overhead or by your side. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Let go of any control you have over your breath. Let go of any control you have over your body. And simply relax. Simply notice how you feel now after 1 hour of practice. We're going to stay here in silence for a few breaths, but silence doesn't mean that you leave the room and start making your checklist for next week. It means that you stay here with your body and notice how you feel, as if you're floating above your body and noticing everything